Sometimes I wonder if I'll ever reach you, or if now you're just gone for good. If I'll ever see you smile again. It's on a wing and a prayer, babe, but I will be there letting you know I care. If I could just...
The album is called Blue Hours. Is there a reason why you took the color blue?
Kev and I had both stayed in a hotel in Morocco that was called the Blue Hours Hotel. Very magical place. And then I came home and I started writing a song called Blue Hours. And that song really was a song about the kind of headspace I get into at night when I'm writing lyrics and thinking up songs. It was almost like I'm checking into this hotel called the Blue Hours Hotel. And I think my thoughts lean to a slightly darker place, unfortunately, sometimes, but I like to write about them and explore those feelings and things like that. And I think on this album, it felt good to talk about those things and be vulnerable about them.
Why'd you have to go there? Why do you lie? Why'd you answering questions whenever I ask you why? Don't act like you're so...
We were like talking a lot about what should it all look like. And I think for some reason, we just sort of found this color that just felt really right. And this particular type of blue, it feels really powerful and feels really different to everything else that we've done. And we want to kind of put people in a bit of a headspace of just bathe in that blue feeling or whatever.
In the blue hours.
I love the album, it's good. Thank you very much. Spiders is a great single.
Is it all that you wanted? Your hair blown in the cold breeze.
Spiders is a song that I wrote probably quite early on during the pandemic. For me, it was a song that was just talking about the difficult moments when your brain won't let you sleep or move on from something. Difficult thoughts circle in your head. And I think the idea of these sort of spiders crawling in your mind or whatever just felt really close to how I've felt at times during the pandemic.
It's 4 in the morning and the spiders are crawling in my mind, replaying pictures.
For me, I think songwriting is like a way of taking all the difficult things in life and putting them into a headspace where it feels more understandable. And that's why even with that song, I think the chorus is quite a sort of bleak line, you know, like I can't pull myself out. But the idea of singing that in a room full of people and everyone's singing it, it's like suddenly that's not a scary thing anymore.
I'm trying, but I can't pull myself out when the darkness comes. I'm trying, but I can't pull myself out when the darkness comes. Is it a stain on your conscience?
We all have our difficult moments, and that's okay. Like, you know, I think it's when we start thinking that we're the only person that has difficult moments, and life does have a way, and social media and all this stuff has a way of making us all feel very small and insignificant and not good enough and ugly and makes everyone else look perfect. And I think it's really important to say the things when you're vulnerable. It's really important to say that stuff so people know that it's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to be lost and confused and sad, and that's what life is, you know, it's part of life.
No, I can't pull myself out when the darkness comes.
Beers Den is not just about guitars and about songs, but it's also about voices.
I think singing on a recording is quite a vulnerable thing to do. I think you're quite exposed. And so singing vocals on an album tends to be the thing that takes a really long time. But that again could also be because I'm not a professional singer. But I think like a lot of singers, I'm a little bit insecure about it. And I think weirdly, it's those moments of insecurity and vulnerability that people often connect with. And I think with Bears Den, it's always been those moments where we kind of step out into the audience and do something that's a bit almost uncomfortable, but like audiences really respect the fact that we're trying to like bridge, to connect with people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's one of those things, like the things that you find scary are often the things that people connect with the most because you're being vulnerable.
Good night. Don't cry. You never loved me like you think you did.
And I think when I'm singing choruses and we're harmonizing them, that's when my voice kind of just becomes an instrument. But in verses and things like that, I try and also bring a lot of, I want it to feel like there's a human being singing it, not just, but I think it's somewhere between singing and speaking and like making it feel like you're talking to someone. We're always trying to use whatever we're using to make things feel more intimate. So with synthesizers, it's always about trying to make them feel as emotive as an acoustic instrument. Same with electric guitars, it's trying to use them in ways that don't put a distance between you and the audience. We're always trying to make it feel close.
I hope you find someone who loves you for all that you are. I hope I find someone who loves me for all that I am.
Over the lockdown, I became a father, which is a big change in my life. I have a daughter, whilst at the same time, my mother has Alzheimer's. And so I'm sort of building new memories with one person and I'm slightly losing some memories with another.
So in fact, you are helping your child to build up a lot of memories.
Yeah.
And you're trying to become a different person for your mom.
You know, over the course of the pandemic, I think I was just thinking about both of those things a lot, you know.
Yeah.
Both of those people. Well, one of them I was often walking around the house with, but the other one I was thinking about a lot as well. So
Apart from talking about the album, of course, you want to play live as well. Finally, after 2 years, you have the occasion of doing live stuff again. Was it hard to start the engine?
well, we're just at the very beginning of starting that engine. But no, I think for us, we're just so excited and happy to be able to do it again. Luckily, recording the album, we were able to work together a little bit as a band. Yeah, it's so nice to play together. And yeah, I just can't wait to come on tour, honestly.
I hope you find someone who loves you for all that you are. I hope I find someone who loves me for all that I am.